Believed that the volcano was protected by the Wog, a devil dog with red eyes and the head of a bear.
Dogman, the canine cryptid we've all come to know and fear. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Brookestirr Watches. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 3 Dogman sightings from Georgia. Yes, Georgia. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I do upload these videos very often. And also make sure to check out the merch, okay? Everything is down below in the description box. Hey guys, and make sure you stay tuned to the very end. There's a very special story from a subscriber I would like to share with you. It's really, really great and spooky, all right? So make sure you stay to the very end. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a walk into the forest.
Okay guys, this one is called Possible Dogman Sighting in Woodstock, Georgia. And it's by Bigfoot's Testimony. I do believe I've shared it before, but since it's from Georgia, let's go ahead and give it a rewatch.
I saw it through the window.
Oh yeah, that bounces. Ooh, that can make you like seasick.
Show me. Where is it?
This one goes by really fast. Yes, like a shadow. Yeah, that is. I mean, could it be a dog man? You let me know, okay? Let me know in the comments below if you think that was a dog man from Woodstock, Georgia. So this one right here is called Dogman Interview with Sub, who ended Dogman in Georgia. He shares local experiences. So this one is probably going to be super creepy. Let's have a listen.
If you don't mind, can you kind of give a brief little tidbit of what happened that day? You were hunting on a deer, or you were hunting on a deer lease, and what happened?
Well, on that night, it was the night that the Braves won their first National League pennant out of Atlanta. And it was in October, and I was camping out by myself down there. I had everything up. I didn't have I hated sleeping in a tent. And I just had a tar pipe way up, and, just part of it. I had a fire built, and I had the fire going pretty good. Well, once the game was over with, I remember Sid Bream went around third base and slid home, won the game, and so I cut it off and laid there, and I remember looking up at the stars, and I must have dozed off. Well, I always slept with my pistol, which was .357, and earlier that day, there was a guy said that he seen a big black dog chasing some deer. So I kept my .44 Magnum rifle with me too. And so, because you can hear the coyotes, the
Yipping and stuff.
Yeah, they do a lot of that.
Yeah.
And you can hear the pups, and so I was just later, and I dozed off, and something woke me up, and I know it was the good Lord that woke me up. But it sounded like just a whisper, like on grass. And
A whisper.
back then, the flashlights we used, which was the spotlights, was candlelight power. In today's time, they're looms. Well, I had 1,000,000 candlelight power, pretty big. It was yellow and it was big, and it was fully charged. And I grabbed it, and in my left hand, I grabbed my pistol, and when I cut it on and shined it about 3 to 4 feet away from my head, they was what looked like a wolf that had its teeth bared, and when it let out a growl or whatever, first thing I just throwed up a shot. And I know I hit it in the mouth. That was the first place I shot, and I seen blood, and that was the only blood I seen. And I just went, it's a double action pistol, 357 Magnum.
Right.
And I was hitting it. When it flip it over, it'd get right back up. I kept saying, why ain't this thing dying?
Oh, hell no.
But what scared me the most was when I shined the light and it hit it in its eyes, it put a hand up to cover its eyes. Not a paw, but a hand.
Oh, my God.
And the hands, and I it kind of looked like a raccoon's hands. You know how the knuckles are knobby.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it looked like. And claws, 2 or 3 inch claws, and it had big teeth. The teeth were big. And
that is spooky, bro. That is spooky. Okay, guys, to see that full story, and please, out of respect, please go give Jeff a like, okay? These are some great stories he shares. You want to go hear the full thing. People ask why I don't put the full thing. Well, it's due to timing. If I put my videos for too long, YouTube the algorithm is not really good. So I try to make them like 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes. I'm sorry they can't be longer. Maybe in the future that will be able to happen. But for me to do that, please hit that like button, okay? It really, really helps all of the YouTubers' algorithms. I know it's so silly, but when you put your little paws up there and give it some love and give it a like, it really, really helps us, guys. And we really, really appreciate it. Okay, guys, so this next one right here is not on YouTube, but it is from markgilbert.wordpress.com, and it's Georgia Before People. That's, I guess, the name of the website, and someone actually mentioned this. I'll throw up the comment right here, and thank you so much for mentioning this. This is really, really cool. It is actually called the Mysterious Notok Site in Winder, Georgia. Or Winder, I don't know how to pronounce it, my bad. The geological origin of a mold volcano located in Winder, Georgia is a mystery awaiting to be solved. As far as I know, geologists haven't ever studied this unexplained watery bog that erupted circa 1800. So it's like a muddy, boggy swamp area, okay? And there is supposedly a wog or a dog-like creature, werewolf creature that lives in this said bog, okay, in Georgia. All right. And it says Georgia is in Barrow County, which is between Athens and Atlanta. And Notok is a Creek Indian word meaning gateway to hell. Okay, so possibly a hellhound in this area. It's an odd natural boggy pond that uses the release of constant bluish smoke while bubbling. So yeah, it's like blue smoke or whatever. So right here is an artist rendition of the wog, actually. It says they believe that the volcano was protected by the wog, a devil dog with red eyes and the head of a bear. So kind of like a werebear. Despite the cultural importance of the site, the Creek Indians sold the pond and the land around it to the English for 14 pounds of beads. Some early colonists made off with the altar, and now it's lost to archaeologists. So was this like a hellhound or something? It's really, really interesting so that they call it the gateway to hell. And yeah, this creature is said to live around it and stuff like that. Yeah, they call it like devil dog, and then just like the wog is basically what the specific cryptid name is for it. So I don't know, guys, what do you think about it in the comments below? Also, to speak of a werebear, the other day I was kind of like cleansing my area and cleaning my area, and I do have a lot of books around, okay? It's called The Secret, a treasure hunt. And I think Josh Gates actually got me to buy this or whatever. And it's supposed to be like a treasure hunt slash... It says the tale of the fair people, the mystery of their treasure, and the whereabouts of their descendants. But it's actually supposed to be like treasure clues to find like buried treasure or whatever. But this the other day like popped off the shelf. Like, I mean, I don't know if I just hit it or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like flip through a page and, you know, see what I had. And the first thing I flipped to, guys, no kidding, is called the Tupperware-wolves. Okay? It's got like a little thing right here. And it says, range. Tupperware wolves are little known members of the larger group of supernatural beings known as shapeshifters. It includes such monstrosities of the werewolf of London, the werebears known to the American Indians, the werefoxes of China, and the ready-to-wear wolves of modern shopping centers. I just thought I would share that because it just basically like popped off the shelf at me, and I was like, what the heck? Talking about werewolves and werebears and stuff like that. I just thought that was interesting. The very last thing I want to share with you guys, someone just sent me an email about their experience. And guys, I'm so sorry that if I haven't responded to you yet, it's just because I haven't gotten a chance to. I'm not ignoring you, I promise you. Like, I've seen a lot of your stories. This is from Steve. Steve just sent me this, and I thought it was a really cool. He said, so where do I start? Well, I live in a house that's pretty rural. There is a farm field to the north that goes for about 300 yards, then trees, a river trees to the east of my property, and a sizable tree line along the entire south of my property. I have one neighbor to the west. So, while I'm doing stuff in my kitchen, there is a window that looks out over the driveway and ultimately out across the farm field to the north. At night, if there is a full moon, heck, even almost a full moon, you can see across the field. Not in HD, but you can make out deer or coyotes, something like that. Or in some cases, things that aren't deer or coyotes. Things that aren't walking on four legs. I've had deer jump my fence and run down my driveway without skipping a beat, like something was chasing them, like they were terrified of something. I would take something down to burn my pit to the east of the house and would see prints that would be hard to explain as a coyote or a wolf, because whatever this was walking on two legs. I've never really gave it much thought. Just was like, that's weird. Until one night, after throwing something in my burn pit, I came back up to the house and was sitting in my smoking room watching YouTube videos, and the motion light on my shed kicks on. So I'm big into nature, and I was like, what did that? So I go to the window downstairs, moved the vertical blinds aside, and was like, what is that? Is that No, there was something that was on two legs, I'd say between 8 to 9 feet, and probably a good 400 to 500 pounds rummaging around the burn pit. It had a serious build to it. had to have gray or black fur because it was almost impossible to see except when it was moving. After about a good minute or two of just watching it, I slowly and quietly let the vertical blind close and went back into my smoking room to put the sheet back over the patio door in the smoking room and sat down and started to Google and search the shit out of what I could possibly have seen. A bear can walk on 2 legs, albeit very awkwardly. This thing was fluid-like. It had no problem on 2 or 4 legs. Now, from time to time, when I'm in my kitchen, I'll look out the window and still see things on 2 legs moving across the field, but I don't pay them any attention. I feel if you get scared or fear them, they can sense that and maybe even smell it. And then they come to investigate, and I definitely don't want or need that. So, this is my experience with Dogman dog women. Don't know what it was. I never did lift up their skirt to see, lol, and don't want to either. That is so great. I freaking love that story, but it was absolutely terrifying. And I really do think that you're right about the Dogman, Steve, and dog women. Like, they do smell fear. They do smell that fear pheromone, and they'll come to investigate, or I don't know, some say they smell to see if you're a good person or not. So I don't know. But thank you nonetheless for sharing your story and emailing. That was such a great story. I just had to share it today. So yeah, shout out to Steve. Pause up to Steve. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, okay?
Well, everyone, what did you think of those 3 scary dog men and women encounters from Georgia? Let me know in the comments down below. Have you ever had a Dogman experience sighting, cryptid sighting? Let me know. I'm going to throw my email up there. You can email me, send me links, send me your story, someone else's story, so I can share it on here, whatever you would like to do. And until the next time, guys, bye.